Morning, y'all. Happy Sunday. As I said this past Friday, this Sunday is going to be about credit, more specifically on credit cards. For those of you who are true Dave Ramsey followers, this is one of the areas that I personally disagree with him. I believe that if you have the discipline to pay off your balance every month, and there are a couple contingencies, one of which I'll talk about below, and you don't use your credit card as an excuse to like buy a new shiny item like a new, I don't know, an appliance or a new computer, then you're responsible enough to handle this tool. So here are a couple of reasons why I use credit cards myself. First, this is the first year, 2024, that I kept track of the credit card rewards for the whole year, at least year to date, I should say. And honestly, the numbers don't lie. I have averaged 2.72% cash back on all my purchases. This doesn't include my mortgage because that's a direct deposit, so that is taken out. So these were expenses that I was already going to make anyway, and by paying for these expenses with a credit card, I earned just over $1,400 again year to date in cash back. One quick note though, I did get a credit card bonus that was about just over a third of my total amount this year because I opened a new credit card and then got a spending bonus for it. Without it, for your reference, I averaged about 1.56% cash back year to date. Second, some cards have had some really great benefits, and I'm actually not even talking about points, cash back, or lounges or anything like that. So, my wife and I, Abby, we have a credit card that is for medical purchases, and they also count veterinary expenses as medical expenses. So, what this card allows us to do is pay off our expenses over a 6-month period, interest free. And that's the best part, interest free. It really helped out our budget back last year in 2023 when our oldest dog, Usher, had a very, very expensive, however, life-saving surgery. It was around $4,000. So yeah, yikes. Yes, we had an emergency fund already set up, but it was nice not having to use it because we could spread out this really large surgery over the course of 6 months. So actually, we were able to squeeze it into our budget and not even have to touch our emergency fund. Now, kind of like I said at the beginning of this paragraph, there are many more perks like TSA PreCheck, or having your Walmart Plus subscription covered. But the medical card has been the most beneficial for us so far. Now, I would not be a great coach for you if I didn't give you a few credit card cons or things to keep in mind. So here I go. Smaller businesses may charge customers a credit card fee. I don't have a range. I don't have any crazy numbers to it. But we went to a brewery yesterday to celebrate achieving baby step 3, which is completing our emergency fund. And they personally at that business charge 3.5% extra on your meal if you pay with a credit card. So thankfully we had cash on hand. We usually keep cash on hand. And so we paid for the meal in cash. Simple as that. In my experience so far, it seems to be that, again, most of these small businesses or local utility companies charge a credit card or processing fee. Now, I've not seen large stores like Walmart or Southwest charge a transaction fee, but that doesn't mean they don't. So just keep an eye out for that if they do. Next is credit card annual fees are something else to take into account. So if the fee is something more than what you think you can make back in your cash back, then don't use it. Find a card without an annual fee. There's plenty of them out there. However, on the flip side, though, if you have a certain status or qualification, or I don't know if that's a great word, but either way, for American Express, for example, I'm active duty Army right now, and American Express doesn't charge their normal credit card annual fees for any, not just Army, but any military service member. So I get to take advantage of many of the Amex perks from the Platinum card without having to pay an annual fee. So it's something I get to take advantage of. Lastly, and this is probably the Ramsey favorite, it's just avoiding temptation. If you're someone who struggles sticking with your budget or, struggling to be able to keep your numbers lined up, then credit cards are just not for you. They're going to get you into way more trouble than it would be worth to just get 2.72% cash back. It's not worth it. Many credit cards have interest rates in the teens, which is why you don't want to hold a balance in the first place. So If this is you, man, hey, stick to cash, stick to that debit card so that you don't get into trouble and end up paying way more in interest than you would ever get cash back on a credit card. Either way, to round things up, I hope you learned something today. And if you did, hey, share this video with a friend. The message I wanted to communicate was that if you are a disciplined spender, then there are some benefits that you can take advantage of with credit cards. If you struggle with discipline or struggle with your budget, hey, stick to the Ramsey budget and don't use credit cards. I love each and every one of you, and I'll see y'all in the next video.